I get so many messages, mostly on Instagram, from women. Like, for example, there's a Fashion Nova dress on one of my videos that I had made. And this woman messaged me and said, I've had that Fashion Nova dress sitting in my closet for a month. And my husband and I are going to have an anniversary. And I haven't felt confident enough to wear it. But I saw your video and I'm going to wear it now.
What's up, everybody? Thank you for watching the Sonder Experience. This is episode 49. We got The Journey, we got The Neon Nightmare, and we got Honey Bunny with us today. Make sure to follow, like, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff. We need you guys' help to get this pushing out there. So what we have today, what would you even call it? Is OnlyFans considered sex work?
It is sex work.
Okay. So how long have you been doing it?
I've just passed my year anniversary in March.
1 year?
Yes.
Okay, so what kind of content? yeah, for sure. What kind of content are you putting out? Is it more like hardcore stuff? Are you actually having sex? Are you just shaking your ass in some underwear? Like how? Explain that a little bit.
Well, I'm shaking ass, but with no underwear. It's full cooch.
Okay. Oh.
Full beaver. And no, I fuck. I suck.
Everything.
I do it all. I put things in my ass.
Everything.
I do it all.
And you love it.
I love it.
Okay. Were you doing that stuff before you were on OnlyFans? Because you kind of got that's a unique thing to kind of get into. You don't just wake up one day and you're like, I wonder what I can put in my butt.
Yeah. No, funny enough, I've always been like that. Fuck buddies in the past used to always tell me, especially with like my nudes have always been like extra, and that's where it started. And guys were like, you need to do like OnlyFans or something, because this ain't no like booty shot in the mirror. Nothing against that, but
yeah,
it's more than that. Yeah. So you need to do it. And I used to be so stupid and like, oh, I'm free. I'm a free hoe.
Right.
I don't charge. But look at me now.
And you're doing
look
it.
At me now.
Yeah.
Hey, she
so
getting paper.
Does it like? What's the hardest part about doing that though? Do you ever find yourself
like making the content?
I mean, either making the content or has there... So in a year, it's a short time, right?
Yeah.
Did you ever have any doubts on like, should I be doing this?
I do all the time.
Do you really?
I do some days. Like some days I'll have a really bad day and I'm like, is this really even worth it? Because I'm not one of those girls in the Benz. So what am I really doing sometimes?
Right.
Sometimes I think that, but then I get reminded because I do get reached out from a lot of smaller sex workers.
Okay.
That will ask me for advice or anything like that. And I'm like... Look, it's different for everyone.
Right.
You're on your journey. Because I get in like a tunnel vision almost, where I'm focusing on what everybody else is doing instead of just focusing on me.
Okay. Yeah, I do that a lot too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's a big part of it. That's hard. Just the mental. That's
okay.
the hardest part. Or like just wanting to get in the mood to like finger fuck myself. Sometimes it's like, I don't feel like putting fingers in my bow today.
Have you ever almost quit?
Yes.
What? Like why?
Like the third month I did it, I even like deleted OnlyFans. And what they do is a lot of people must be doing this because they give you like, I think it's like 72 hours. Because what they'll do is they'll like hold your account just in case you change your mind. And then like you can click the link. If you change your mind, it'll restore everything. I actually did. I cut it off. And then like right before the 72 hours, I was like, no, I'll change my mind. So I'll do it.
But what is it that made you want to quit? And then also, what is it that made you like, no, I can do this? Honestly,
and I'll be real about it because I know a lot of girls want to know, is the money.
Okay.
The money is not fast. Like it is and it isn't.
Yeah.
It sometimes it's fast in certain ways, but not with OnlyFans. It's not fast. Even getting your money out of OnlyFans is not fast.
Okay.
So because from the time they charge the subscriber, it takes 7 days for them to process the card. Then it takes an additional, it could be 3 to 5 business days, depending on which bank you use.
Oh, wow.
For you to even get it. So it's like, it's not quick at all.
Right.
And not only that, like I said, some months are better than others. And I felt really like down on myself because I wasn't making as much money as I anticipated. So I equated it to my worth and my value.
So since you were already, this was your lifestyle before OnlyFans, when you decided to start your OnlyFans, especially in the beginning, was it just like, I'm going all out, or did you do it like slowly and now you're like, I'm going to do more and more and more, or was it just like, let's go?
Oh, it was slow.
Yeah.
It was definitely slow. And that too, that was a lot of pressure because there's other girls out there that from the jump, like they're taking like nut shots to the face, like $3. And I'm like, when I first started, I'm like, well, hold the fuck on.
Yeah.
I've only been doing this for a little bit. So I started out small, and I'm still kind of like that because I actually don't have like a full anal scene. Like I don't have any scenes of me getting fucked in the ass. I just have myself fucking me in the ass.
Okay.
So like I'm
We
just
can change
gradually
that.
building up.
We can change. No.
But that's smart because you build up to something, because if you start off with the whole shebang, now it's like, where do I go from here?
Yeah, exactly.
You know, as opposed to like just slowly getting into like, and then, oh, I can do this. Oh, I can do that now. You
Right.
know, so
Right.
that makes a lot of sense.
But are you on anything else, or is it just OnlyFans? Because I think you said something about Twitter too, right?
Yeah, I do Twitter, Instagram. Those are just social media platforms that are free. You don't pay for. But paying for, I do OnlyFans and Fansly.
Is Fansly like the same thing?
Yeah, it's a platform that you can sell your sexual or porn,
Okay.
pretty much in a nutshell. But Fansly isn't as popular, obviously. Everybody knows what
I had
OnlyFans
never heard
is.
of it. Okay.
Exactly.
So as far as your Twitter goes, what are you putting on your Twitter? Because you were saying it's like almost free content?
It is free, but it's previews.
But a preview. That's
Yeah.
what I meant.
Mhm.
Of what?
Well, I have previews of everything on there. You can see me deep throating dick. You can see my ass and pussy clap in slow motion. You can see me fuck myself with a dildo and a fuck machine, squirt everywhere. I have everything on there. You get a little taste of everything, but you got to pay for the full Monty.
Does your family know?
Some of them do.
Like mom and dad?
My mom I have no contact with, so it don't matter. And my father's passed away.
Okay.
So
any other heavy hitters, grandparents, maybe uncles, aunts?
I'll say this, like anybody who is old enough to like maybe an aunt or uncle, like maybe it might be an I have to actually have a conversation with. At the end of the day, I'm gonna be 31.
Okay.
Like I'm super
You're
grown.
Yeah.
So at the same time, it's like I don't think they're really too concerned with that. And honestly, my family's kind of wild in their own aspects.
Really?
So, yeah.
Okay.
Like they all got their own like shit going
Just
on.
be
So
yourself.
it's like
Yeah, just do what you're
really,
gonna do.
yeah. Even like the family members that do know, like it wasn't even like I said, I was already wild
Right.
before this. So it was just kind of like, oh, it's a matter of time. Like when I was 18, everybody thought I was gonna be a stripper.
Okay. And you showed them.
Like really, it was bad.
Do you did you ever find yourself trying to hide it? Even
No.
from friends or anybody? Or are you like,
No.
is it your identity? That's what I'm asking.
Yeah. Okay. So what I will say is I do hide my name and like personal information. Like nobody knows, like obviously the name of my family members or anybody I would be dating, even though I'm not.
Right.
But it's still like anything personal like that, I've left out, but only because of my safety.
Honey
That's
Bunny
literally
is
it.
single.
Honey Bunny's ready too.
Yeah. Holla at me.
Do you do any pegging stuff?
No.
Do you
But I've never
want
pegged
to?
anyone in my personal life.
Do you
either.
want to? Is that something that's like
I think I want to in my personal life, but I don't think it would match with the content that I provide. On OnlyFans, I do a lot of submissive roles where I'm submissive,
Mhm.
so that would kind of like I would have to be a little dominant to fuck you in the ass.
right?
So
Do you find it hard to like when you do have a significant other? Is there a jealousy in that?
Oh, I get what you're saying. Dating, yes,
There is.
there's and there's even jealousy in just regular dating.
Yeah.
I mean, I've had guys be like, try to reach out, hey, like, I want to take you out, but like when we get down to that conversation, it's, oh, you can do that, but like I only want certain things done. Like you can't work with anyone else. I only want you to show like pussy stuff, not no anal. Save that for me. Like that type of harboring of.
And so what do you do in that situation?
I don't fuck with them.
At all?
No.
Okay.
So
This
let's
is
say,
what it is.
Let's say the person you're dating is open to like being on the videos with you. So will that,
What do you mean?
like if she's dating someone and they're like, okay, I'll be on the videos with you on the
That's who
OnlyFans.
you shoot with?
What I'm asking is it primarily going to be them if they're willing to do the stuff that you want to do? Or do they have to be open to the possibility of maybe someone else is with you in a certain video or a certain whatever you're doing that day?
Right. Well, for that, I would definitely talk to. This is in a scenario where I'm in a relationship. My partner and I would talk about that. My partner doesn't even have to be on film. You don't have to do any of this at all. But if you don't want me to collab with any other creators, well, then we need to talk about some substitutes for that. So either you're gonna have to pull out that wing, or you're gonna buy me a whole lot of plastic wings. It's your choice.
Okay. But either way, you're doing it. Like
No, I'm spreading this pussy on the internet. That's what I'm doing.
Okay. You love it.
Yeah. But to me, like if I'm upfront about that and you know that coming into this, how do you try to come into this and change me?
So I'm going to ask the super generic question, but I'm very curious. Like, what got you into that? Because that's not the normal thing. You know what I mean?
A lot of childhood trauma.
Is it? No, be serious. Is that really?
I've always been super hypersexual, so I would say probably severe mommy issues.
Okay.
Contrary to popular belief, I love my dad. So and we had a great relationship.
Yeah.
That's the first thing everybody goes for. Where's your dad?
That's low.
We were great.
Right.
It's actually my mom.
Right.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'll be real. I had gotten to a point where, like I said, I was always open sexually. I was always like taking pictures of myself. That wasn't the issue. But I had came to a really hard place in my life about a year ago in March, and I hated myself. Okay. I hated my body. I did not love myself. I didn't feel attractive anymore. And I guess in a weird way, like this helped me like harness to own myself and own who I am and own my body.
Dope.
So it kind of like forced me to do that.
Is it empowering?
It is for me.
Okay.
But I will say this job is not empowering for everyone.
No. But I mean, it's what you're putting out there, though, right? Because you're kind of in charge of that. You don't have to exploit
and I love
yourself. Is exploit? Is that the right word?
Well, maybe to an outsider, but like for her, she's just living
I like
freely.
to use express.
I guess what I'm saying is you are in control of what you show.
Right.
So if you don't want to show full sex, you don't have to. You can still be empowered in other ways, even if you just want to do feet. Or
that's what I'm saying. Like if I were to date somebody, like it's very fluid. We can work something out. Depends on who it is. How much do I love you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How long do you think you'll be doing this?
I don't see an end point.
As long as the money's coming in?
It's not even about the money, honestly, because if it is, it ain't worth it. I'll tell you that right now.
Really?
Yeah.
So how long would it take an average person that isn't like a celebrity or something to actually start seeing
money
that you can live off of?
At all, that's the hardest part about it, is because it's not one size fits all.
Yeah.
This is not like something that worked for me may not even work for you, or it may work even better for you than it did me.
Okay.
So for me, it took 2 months
to really see.
To really make, I've made money from the first month.
Okay.
But like to see some like real money that I was pleased with, it took about 2 months.
Really?
Yeah.
Can I ask how much?
Just
a ballpark amount of money.
Right now I make, including everything with customs, and because like I said, I do transactions through Snapchat and Instagram as well. Altogether, I would say in medium wise, I make about 2,000 to 3,000
a month.
Yeah, depending on like how many customs I do, or honestly, it'll be a slow month. Sometimes if my mental health like fucking sucks, and I'm not posting that much, I won't make that much that month.
So me on my social medias, if I'm not posting a lot, I'll get the DMs asking if I'm okay, where you at, like when you coming back. Do you get that too? Like, do you have followers?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah, I have very loyal people. I have people that have been subscribed to my OnlyFans since the first month.
Right.
That are still here.
How much is a subscription?
Right now, I have it at $7.77, so you guys should check it out.
Oh yeah, for sure.
That's
You
a
guys
good
should check
number.
it out.
That's a good number.
Yeah,
because I mean, honestly, I don't have a massive social media following, and on top of that, I am a new face, and so I'm a smaller creator. I don't feel like I should. Me personally, I don't feel like I should be charging like $20 or $30 when there's a lot of pussies you can see out there. I mean, my stuff is phenomenal, but still, you gotta be real with yourself.
Right.
And I mean, life-changing money is arbitrary to the individual as well, because what someone might say, I can live off of this and this pays what I do, pays my life. It just depends on the lifestyle you're willing to take on, because someone can still be like, well, I'm making 10,000, but it's not enough because it doesn't pay for all the other shit that I have.
Right.
So, you know, I think if you're comfortable with what you're doing and you're happy with it, all that is just like whipped cream on top of that sundae or whatever.
I agree.
So we know what the pros are. What are the cons? There's got to be, right? Just like every other job, there's stuff that you don't like.
Yeah.
What?
I don't like people trying to find me or trying to find my personal information, my location, stuff like that. I don't like that. Or I don't like it when people do pay the subscription price and you feel like you're entitled to me, my time, everything. You just paid the bare minimum ticket to get in. You're not even VIP, sir. Chill out.
Right.
So
is it dangerous?
Yes, sex work is very dangerous. And I want to reiterate that, because a lot of people they see the glamour in it, like, oh, I'm going to start an OnlyFans, spread my butt open a little bit, not show my face and get a Benz.
Yeah.
That's not how it works.
Yeah.
And even then, even if you were successful like that, those people have to deal with psychos and weirdos.
Right.
So
are you doing like meetup stuff too or no?
No, I'm not full service.
Okay.
So that's what you would call for a full service
okay.
sex worker. I'm not full service.
Have you ever thought about it?
I've done it in my lifetime.
And you don't like it?
No, it's not that. I'm an old broad.
No.
I'm just old and tired. Like I don't want to deal with the get up of it.
Is there more
and
money
I have an
in
attitude
that?
too. Yeah, there is. I mean, I in my early 20s, I used to walk the track, but that was a long time ago.
Okay. Different life.
Yeah, totally. And then after I left that, because quite honestly, I kept getting arrested.
Okay.
So I got
Fucking
tired
gangster.
of it. It's undercovers. I swear to God.
Yeah.
But I swear to God.
Under the covers, yeah.
It's every time too.
Yeah.
But after that, I just did. I was a sugar baby for a long time. I've always had my foot in some sort of sex work, and now I just do online.
Sugar baby. What? Can you break that down?
A sugar baby is when you have an arranged relationship with it could be a woman or a man. I've only worked with older men, and it's been a different arrangement with each one. So either some of them will help pay my bills, or some of them will give me shopping money, or whatever it is.
What's the craziest thing someone's asked you to do
for OnlyFans, or like in
OnlyFans.
person?
Oh, we can
Is there
do
difference?
both.
Yeah, I mean, I used to sell coochie, so I mean, it is different doing it online versus in person.
Okay.
Well, online, I don't get too crazy online because I do have my limits, and for me, I like to give you quality.
Okay.
So a lot of these, like, I guess would be considered weird or like extreme requests are usually custom requests that I get.
Yeah.
And for that, I don't want to give you something that you're asking for and you can clearly see I'm not into this and I don't like this. Why would you want to buy it?
Right.
You know? So that's why I'll say no to certain things. But I guess the weirdest one I've only done so far selling online was peeing videos.
Like,
and calling people like pigs and bitches.
Like insulting?
Yeah.
Is that hard to do?
I make dominant custom work, but I don't put that online, so I don't even know where I get that request, but I do.
They just see it in you.
Yeah. They're like, I want you to spit on the phone. I'll give you $50. Just spit on the phone for me. It'd be 10 seconds. Little bitch. And then like spit on the phone.
Straight up.
Yeah.
How many times have you done that?
Quite a few.
Really?
Throughout the year. I have one that's a loyal. He actually lives in England, but he's a loyal customer for that.
Really?
Yes.
He's like, can you please spit on the phone?
Spit on the phone, please.
And you know what's crazy? He's like 20 years old. I'm like, what happened to you?
Oh.
Where's your mom? Like,
what? Okay. So is there an absolute, like, I will not do that? Is there stuff that you are just, nope, I don't fuck with that?
I don't do anything with shit.
Okay, cool.
And I wouldn't do anything where, because I do, like I said, I do cosplays and stuff like that. I know that there's a market for the young schoolgirl costume-esque type of deal where it's barely 18 type of deal. I wouldn't do anything like that. Not that I look young enough for that, but that's a limit.
Yeah.
I'm not going to sit here and act like a stepdaughter. That's a little too much for me. I'm not king shaming. It's just something I wouldn't film.
Yeah. Do you still enjoy sex in your personal life, or does it always feel like work?
No, I enjoy it very much in my personal
You
life.
do?
It's very different for me.
What do you mean?
Like for me, I guess when I'm doing work, I'm like focusing on like, oh, I hope the light's like hitting my pussy lips good, like, because I don't want it too dark there because I want you to see what's going on here. So or like I'm just thinking in angles. Like sometimes you in your mind, you're thinking of outside things versus if I was hooking up with someone, I'm thinking about you.
Yeah.
So I'm not giving a fuck about what's going on right now.
Do you get
So it's more relaxed.
any hate?
Hate? Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Oh my gosh.
Like what?
Like I've had 2 people pay for my OnlyFans to write me novels about how disgusting of a person I am.
Wow.
Yeah, which is odd because I'm like, you paid for that. Thanks.
Yeah,
though.
thank you. Appreciate that.
What's the hate on?
That I'm fat. That's the go-to. That I'm fat. Somebody in a comment section said one time it's embarrassing how much you love yourself. Just stuff like this, and I laugh because I'm like, who hurt you?
Yeah. Did you always laugh though, or does it kind of sting a little bit? Because for me,
No.
it sucks. I
Really?
hate that.
Oh,
I hate it with all my heart.
really?
I just all my weight loss stuff. If I step outside the box, if I do anything that's not weight loss, or if I don't like you got to realize I'm a person too. You know what I mean? I have kids. I have a
Right.
life. I live. I have struggles. I have this and that. And yeah, I like to put out content for you, but not if you're gonna fucking turn around and tell me that my kids are gonna have to pay extra for a bigger casket when I die soon.
That's
You know what I
facts.
mean? It's crazy. So like what I'm trying to do, to me, and I don't know how you feel, but all the weight loss stuff and the stuff that I promote body positivity, but I think that I do it in a different way.
Oh, very much. Yeah.
I think I do it in a different way because there is love yourself no matter what you look like. Cool. Love yourself as a person. But body positivity to me is being healthy and being strong and being alive. And at my weight, I wasn't going to do that very long.
Right.
So that's the positivity that I try to spread like that. Do you think that you could spread that same kind of message in the content that you're creating? Like what positivity can you spread? Or is it just get your rocks off?
Oh, no. Okay. So I
That's
see
a
what
super
you're
deep
saying.
question, and
No,
I'm
no, no.
sorry,
I
but
totally
was just,
get it. No, and actually I do make a lot of content with that on TikTok. I have it's very heavily female following. Like I have like over 70% is female.
Yeah.
So, and they follow me for that
Right.
of wear what the fuck you want. Who cares if you're a big girl, wear that shit, girl.
Yeah.
Like that's kind of my niche, and being comfortable with myself. And I do make videos of me talking shit to trolls and standing up for yourself and just stuff like that. So I do try to promote that as well. Like I get so many messages, mostly on Instagram, from women. Like, for example, there's a Fashion Nova dress on one of my videos that I had made. And this woman messaged me and said, I've had that Fashion Nova dress sitting in my closet for a month. And my husband and I are going to have an anniversary. And I haven't felt confident enough to wear it. But I saw your video and I'm going to wear it now.
Wow.
Like stuff like that. Like,
Very
oh my God, that gets me.
Yeah.
Like, really, it means a lot.
Did you respond back to that?
Absolutely. I
What'd you
wrote her
say?
like a book.
What'd you say?
Saying how much I love and appreciate, and you better fucking wear that dress and send me some pictures,
Like,
some selfies, girl.
Yeah, yeah.
Like who's the judge and jury that decides like what's sexy and what isn't, and what's the right way to look and what's like, no, do what you want and feel what you want and accept yourself. If you want to change. If you don't,
Right.
accept
That
it
too.
and let's
There's
go.
nothing wrong with wanting
And
to
don't-
change that.
Yeah, like it's not settling. If you're happy with yourself, you are where you want to be.
Right.
You know, some people will always try to chase something that maybe is never there, and they feel like everyone else should be doing the same.
Mm-hmm.
It's like you're saying, you got to have tunnel vision. You have to worry about yourself, your thoughts, your feelings, and just go with it. So yeah, it's pretty cool that you're able to, even with whatever the world thinks you're doing is good, bad, indifferent,
Right.
you can still spread that message. So, and that's for both of you. So,
But
yeah,
even with like, I think for me with society standards on what somebody should look like,
Mm-hmm.
you're not seeing people that look like me on the fucking cover of magazines being sexiest man in the world
Right.
or sexiest man of the year or whatever. You're just not seeing that. So the society standards breeds insecurity.
No, it does for sure.
So that's what I'm trying to battle. That's what I'm trying to do, because I think subconsciously everybody judges people. You have to in a day-to-day life just to keep yourself safe. You probably don't want to let the crackhead swinging a knife come talk to you while you're parked at a red light, right?
Right.
You're judging him. You're making a judgment call.
I mean, yeah.
And nobody's going to say that's good or bad, but it's hard to not look at somebody that doesn't look normal, what society's normal is. My whole family is big. So for me, big people, that's normal. That's what I grew up with. But I also know that that is dangerous as far as health. So like my 2 kids, I'm trying to break the chain.
Right.
I'm trying to show them that like I made the mistake. I hurt my body, right? But now I'm trying to really, like I said, just break the chain. And then those are the 2 first non-fat Olsons our family's ever had.
Oh.
And they're strong, and they're looking at me, and they think I'm Superman. You know, that I show them the videos of me lifting weights, and they're like, "That's so much, I couldn't do it." And that's what's awesome to me. And again, that's what brings me back to asking you, like, do you see yourself pushing that kind of positivity and love? I think I already asked that. Or are you just trying to make content?
I want to do both.
Okay.
Like I said, I want to entertain. Not every single video is a thirst trap. Some of them are jokes, or some of them were just little snippets of me living my life. So it's not necessarily that I want to push the OnlyFans because I want to make some money.
Yeah,
of course. But at the same time, like, I enjoy talking with my followers. I have a really good, it's kind of like a family there.
Okay.
So, and I know certain usernames and stuff, and we conversate, and I know little bits about them. I love the community that I've created, but I created it through not doing OnlyFans stuff, but just being fat and fabulous.
Do you guys ever link up and just do real stuff?
No, I haven't gotten that far yet.
No.
I haven't gone that far yet.
Okay. Are you constantly thinking of, like, for me, when I'm out, I think, how can I shoot a video here? How can I do this? How can I do that? Are you doing that too?
Yeah, but I mostly do that for like OnlyFans. Mostly.
Okay.
I'm like, I could pull out my coochie here. Or if I'm out south at South Mountain, like cactus titties. It's a vibe. So let's do that.
Yeah.
What are
Hell
you
yeah.
doing on your days off?
On my days off, honestly, I just making content. It's a lot of time and a lot of effort and a lot of work. And I'm boring. And nobody wants to hang out with me.
What? Why do you think that is? Are you being serious?
That's a lie.
Yeah, that ain't true.
No, I really like, all my homegirls are like moms and stuff. So, I mean, I'm open to going out. I just don't like, I don't know.
Have you ever been recognized?
Trying to out me for not having friends.
Have you ever been recognized, like, while you're out and about?
Not in person, but I did get recognized over Twitter from a bar owner. I won't say the bar,
Okay.
or I'll tell you guys the bar later.
All right.
But he's the owner of the bar, and he was like, "Hey, I like your like Twitter. If you ever come in, like free drinks for you and your friends anytime."
Is the bar
That's
dope.
here?
Yes, it's here.
Okay.
It's in Tempe.
Let's go.
So
So do you
I-
think that's part of like the intimidation factor of, like, you say, like, you don't just hang out with people. They don't, like, you probably say it in a jokingly way of like, I don't have friends or whatever, but do you think there's like a feeling like they have to measure up?
I would hope not. I mean, I know my personality is bigger than me, and I get that. But I would hope not. I try to be like a fun time.
Yeah.
I try anyway. So
What's the content that you push that sells the most?
blowjob, deep throats, fellatio. That's a hot seller. I'm really good at what I do. Humbly. Humbly.
What's that last one?
Fellatio?
Yeah, what is that?
Fellatio.
Oral?
Sucking dick.
Oh,
There you-
just a different term for it.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
just like the
it's
proper
fancy.
term for
Oh,
it.
okay, that's cool.
That's
I'm
all
gonna
it
start
is.
using that.
Fellatio.
Yeah.
So I couldn't do it,
Why not?
I just don't-
I mean, that's not what you're trying to do. So.
but I wish I could. I wish I had the confidence to do that, and that's one of the first messages that I sent you is the confidence that you have to push that out there. It is outstanding, and I'm wondering,
Thank you.
where does that come from?
Ain't no half stepping in this game.
No, not at all.
First, I mean, let's be honest. Why wouldn't you be confident looking like this?
Okay, cool.
Like, why
Good.
wouldn't you be confident looking
Go
like this?
for it.
And like, I'm beautiful. I'm
Hell yeah.
smart. I'm independent. I don't ask nobody for shit.
Okay.
Like, I take care of my kids.
Yeah.
And I'm hot.
Okay.
And I suck dick like a motherfucker.
Okay.
So to me, like, why wouldn't I be?
Okay.
So there's that. But honestly, it's not every day is like that. I know I'm talking my shit, but for most part,
You gotta promote
just
yourself.
gotta,
you gotta do
look. You're only living in this body. This is the one.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, yes, you can go change. You can go to the gym. You can go get plastic surgery. You can do all of those things. But at the end of the day, you're still in your body.
Yeah.
So, and
It's
this
just
is what
it's
it
just
is.
a vessel. In the
Yes.
meantime, till you go to the next one.
The meat suit.
The meat
Yeah,
suit.
that's all it is.
Go ahead. Take us into that a little bit.
No, it's
No?
that we're not. It's
That's
not
a
that
different
kind of-
episode?
Yeah, no, we don't want to get into that.
I know, he warned me.
Do you still have hard days though where you don't feel confident?
Fuck yes.
Oh, really?
Hell yes.
So 2 questions then. What brings that on and what do you do to snap out of that?
A lot of it will be just honestly a lot of stuff that anybody can relate to. I mean, like if I'm like about to start my period and I have pimples and stuff, like I take pictures and put my body out there. If I'm bloated, like, oh, I look bloated in those pictures. There's been whole shoots that I've scrapped and not even posted it because I just felt ugly as fuck in those.
Really?
Yeah. And I snap out of it. Honestly, I'll try to like watch my favorite TikToks or look at my favorite pictures. Like, you're that bitch.
Yeah.
You are that bitch. Stop thinking that you're not. You're still her. Okay, you're a little bloated and people have their off days. It is what it is. So just
Do
you
you
just
ever,
gotta pep
like-
talk yourself.
So speaking of that, where you'll do like the whole shoot or just do videos and like, nope, I'm not using this shit. Does time pass and then you look back and you're like, oh, that shit's actually good.
Hell yeah.
And now I got shit that I can come back and throw on now because no one knows I didn't do it just now. You know, it's just like put in the archives and then you're like, wait, what was I thinking? That's pretty dope. Let's put it on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That happens, and it happens frequently. Like I said, when I take pictures of stuff, I'll take like, I don't know, like 300 pictures,
Yeah.
go through them, and then some of them that I delete, I'll go back in the deleted folder and be like, actually,
Yeah.
that one looks fire.
Yeah.
Let me put that one on there. So yeah, that does happen.
That's dope.
What's your goal with it?
I just want to be happy,
Yeah.
honestly.
Happier.
And I don't even ask for much. I just want to get my kids about the hood. Like, that's pretty much it. I don't even need a Benz. I don't need a mansion. I just want to make more money than what I'm making now, and I already am. So to me, that's already a W.
Do you have like a vision of how long that would take? Do you have a vision of what you need to do to get there?
Well, I don't want to, like, I don't have a time where I think that this is like, okay, I'm going to do this till I'm 40 or whatever.
Okay.
I don't have that in my mind. I'm going to just do this until I don't feel like doing it anymore. But for sure, I have like little goals. Like this year, I wanted to like work with more people, which is already happening. But and I want to travel a little bit more and shoot in different places, you know. Got to spread the titties everywhere.
So like those collaborations, I mean, those would have to help both sides, right? Because then you're like, you're getting into their community and they're getting into your community. So it's kind of like,
Yeah.
oh, okay. And then you start spreading the word. So that has to be beneficial, right? For both sides.
It can be. For a lot, there are a lot of content creators that won't work with you unless you're a certain number because it's not beneficial to them.
Right.
But there are some content creators that just want to create it for the art.
Okay.
So, that's currently. I actually have a collab coming up in a week.
Oh.
And it's the same concept. Like this person, our numbers are not the same, but I think his work is dope, and I like the way his shit looks, and I think it's gonna look incredible with me sitting on his face.
Hell yeah.
So
So when you,
why? Hey,
without
get your
getting into
ass over here.
specifics, like just talking about the numbers, is there like, okay, well, this person has a little bit less of a following, so I should get this much. And do you guys have to like come to an agreement, or is it just like we just split it?
I haven't gotten that far yet.
Okay.
Actually, the collab that's coming up in
Yeah.
a week is my very first like official from another creator.
Nice.
The people that I have that I'm fucking and sucking on OnlyFans are like personal people I know.
Yeah, hell yeah.
But but an actual collab, man, when we haven't even discussed that at all. And it doesn't. It's numbers are weird in this game.
Yeah.
Because it's sex work. Your profile can get swiped at any moment.
Yeah.
I have a mutual that he had like over 60,000 followers on Twitter. Now he's at 10,000 because it got deleted.
Oh.
So like it's really relative.
Yeah.
So OnlyFans is meant for that kind of stuff though, right? How do you get like what do you have to do to cross the line of OnlyFans and get kicked off? Or
OnlyFans
Twitter
is not like particularly like kink friendly. A lot of the BDSM tying up, spanking, whips, and all that stuff, they're not particularly too friendly with that.
Okay.
I've not received any violations like that, but I haven't gotten to that realm yet.
And Twitter, same thing or no?
Twitter, you can really post a lot on Twitter. I mean, like I said, I have me putting butt plugs in my ass on Twitter.
Okay.
So, and I'm fine.
Isn't that? I was having this conversation with Garrett, like that, and that's crazy for me that content like that, whatever people want to label it, is on there and not blocked. But then like someone will say something that's their opinion, and if a certain side doesn't like it, it'll get like banned or blocked. You know, words will get blocked over an actual visual. To me, it's just if you gotta let everything just be free, like let it flow. It's like freedom of speech, right? Freedom of being who you are. So that I've always like, I don't know. I'm just like, that doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know. I guess words do hurt, but like,
see, here's some. I get.
But if you're willing
get what
to
you're
post
saying.
whatever you want to post,
Right.
why-
If somebody, let's say they have a disagreement or something, they don't like something that I'm posting or whatever, you have the right to do that. But you also have to understand that you're on my page in my comment section. So don't get upset when I turn around and answer you or address you, because too many times that happens.
yeah,
Where I'll address a commenter. And I never address like that. You're fat, like get original.
Yeah.
But like if they really have something that they don't like about what I'm doing, I will address you. But 9 times out of 10, then they'll report me for harassment and bullying. Don't do
that's
that.
crazy.
If you want to say your piece, say your piece. I'm gonna say something to you, but like don't get upset. You shouldn't have came here.
What about, so what kind of position do you need to be in life to get into that? Because I think me and you were talking about, I told you I had a friend that wanted to get into it, but out of almost desperation, I feel like.
You never want to do that, ever. If you're getting into this, you want to do this because for your own personal reasons. Yes, you can make money off of it, but it should not be your number one. Like it shouldn't be your one motivation, because it's not fast.
Right.
For everyone. And
Well,
for majority,
I
it's
didn't
not.
know you could get kicked off.
Yes.
So you put all your marbles in one basket.
And
all of a
also,
sudden
if you
you're
didn't
done.
claim any money on OnlyFans and they kick you off, they take that too.
Is there a certain amount that you have to have in the bank before you can pull it out?
You have to have a minimum processed $20 before you can pull it out.
Oh.
So.
And then is it just based off subscription, or are people sending you money as well?
You can do subscription, and they can also do tips.
Tips.
On OnlyFans,
What's the
that's
big-
how I'll do. Like if they buy customs through OnlyFans, then I'll have them like, hey, you need to tip me this, or I'll set it up as a. Usually I have them tip me ahead of time because I'm not making nothing for free.
Yeah.
But you can set up. Let's say you make the video, send it to them in a message, but have it locked where they can't unlock it unless they pay that.
Oh.
So you could do that too.
So when you. I've never been on OnlyFans, and I don't know what it even looks like.
Right.
You're lying.
Yeah, I'm lying a little bit, but like when you have to create a profile.
Yes.
Okay. And then so say I create a OnlyFans profile and I subscribe to you. Do I have access to everything you've done?
Me personally, in my profile is no PPV, and what that means is no like pay-per-view. Everything that I post on there is on the timeline. It's on the wall. You have full access to all my stuff.
Okay.
Now you can sell videos individually, and they can just unlock them on the timeline. Like, oh, here's a slow motion soapy titty video for like $5. You can just click on it. You paid for it, and then you see it. Me, everything's on there. So,
But like I got to go find it?
no.
Or is
No,
it
no,
like
no.
a
As soon as you
Dropbox
subscribe to me,
situation where I can click something and like it brings up everything you've done in this category?
The way that OnlyFans, like their webpage is set up, because it's set up through a browser, it's not an app. It's kind of like, the best way I can describe it is how Facebook looks if you opened it through a browser. Like it has your timeline of your creators that you're subscribed to, posts, and it comes up that way. Or you can specifically go on my page if you subscribe to me and just scroll through. I have over 1,000 media posts. So
Is it like Instagram and TikTok
Yeah.
to where you can
can
pay?
like it. You can.
No, I meant like, can you pay to promote it more?
Yeah. No. Not that I know of. I've never been offered
Like on
that.
TikTok
I see what you're
and
saying. Like
Instagram,
you
if I
can
put in
promo your
extra-
video.
if you put in an extra $5, it'll say we can almost guarantee you'll have this many views, this many more followers, this many
Right.
more likes. But you have to pay for that boost. a
Yeah.
little bit.
No. That feature is not available.
It's not on there.
For OnlyFans. I'm sure they have their favorites. I'm sure, but no, that's not even an option.
So how are you getting it around then? Like, how are you advertising?
That's the importance of social media. And like I said, with the previews with Twitter, stuff like that, you get your face out there more. People start looking more. With TikTok, people see me and they go looking. That's why I have that in my bio. Like, here's my Twitter.
Yeah.
Go look there. And then you can see, like, hey, this is what I do.
Okay.
You can purchase or whatever.
Have you ever had any of those Captain Save-A-Hoes that hit in your DM and they're
All the
like, I
time.
want to save you from this?
All the time.
All the time.
All the time. I get so many dudes like in my DMs, and it's not a brag. It's definitely not. But so many of them that like, oh yeah, I want to get with you, but like if we're gonna be serious, like you don't have to do that no more, and I'll take care of whatever it is that fulfills. And I'm just like, what if I'm just doing this because I'm fucking happy?
Yeah.
You ever think about that?
Yeah.
Has there ever been like an offer, like a lump sum, that made you think twice, like, oh shit, this person's offering me this much to not do this anymore? And
To
if
not
there was,
do it ever?
and if there hasn't ever been, what would that number be for you to be like? Because I know you say you're not doing it for the money.
Right.
That's just a perk.
Well,
to what?
I like money too at the same
Right.
time.
Yeah.
So what? You know what
you
I'm saying? So has anyone ever like come at you with that, and then if not, what would that number look like for you to be like, you know what? Okay, that's a good number. I'm done.
It'd have to be like a monthly thing.
Yeah, I was just saying it have to be ongoing. I have not had an offer like that to quit.
Yeah.
Not anything like financial. I've just had crusty ass men. They're like, you get to be in a relationship with me if you quit. Bitch.
Yeah.
Say you find love though, like in your personal life, not
Let's
through
say
any of
I'm
this.
madly in love and this person doesn't want me to do it at all anymore. I don't know how they could have fallen in love with me then.
Yeah.
Because I'm very upfront.
You can't
like from
change
day
someone.
one,
You
I'm
can't-
upfront about this.
You don't meet someone to change them. That's like
Yeah.
the number one thing. You get to know them, and you know if you're in a relationship to try to change them to conform to who you are, that's not love. That's just you trying to create a fucking sim or some shit.
Okay.
You know.
Yeah.
Could you ever find yourself or see yourself living that 9-to-5 life with a husband
Well, I
or a
do
wife
live a 9-to-5 life.
as well?
Yes, on top
Okay.
of this.
So you're just rolling. You just got fucking money. That's cool.
No,
I need to start an
No, don't say any.
OnlyFans.
I am broke. I'm broke.
I need to start.
Come
an
buy my
OnlyFans.
stuff.
Yeah.
Buy my porn. I'm broke. Please
No, I.
cash at me.
The more you got, the more you got to give. You know, it's okay to allow that great money just to come in and just let it flow
Right.
through.
Because it is a blessing. It changed a lot for me last year.
Yeah, and you know, the more you get, the more you're gonna give. You know, in a positive manner. So
No,
you-
it's true.
Do you find it difficult to like? Are you constantly trying to one up yourself as far as content goes? Because you can only shoot, in my opinion, because I don't know anything about it. Maybe different angles, maybe this.
Yeah.
But you can only touch yourself so many times.
Yeah, that's where you gotta try to get creative. Yes, I do that. Like I said, the progression is more than just me trying to like let out little bits at a time. I want to outbeat the last one.
Okay.
Like, oh, okay, so I played with my coochie on the rocks of South Mountain. Maybe I need to go up to like Flagstaff, get a like a cabin, or go out in the woods and spread my butthole. Like, let's
Okay.
take it to the next level. Let's elaborate
in the
on that.
snow.
In the
Yeah,
snow.
see what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like just next level. That's what I always
Snow
try.
angel. Boom. There you
What's
go.
like? What's the? Do you have a scene in your head right now that would just be like your
The-
fucking Da Vinci shot that you would love to do?
I would love to do like a blow bang.
What is that?
That's like a gangbang, but just with sucking
What
dick.
is that?
Because I'm telling you, I'm the motherfucking master. I'm telling you. So I would love that. Just a bunch of dicks in the face.
What's that called?
Bukkake?
You can't. That's when you
bukkake.
like nut all over her face. They don't have to finish in my face.
Are you down for that?
I am so.
Is there anything you're not down for as far as like with
Just
a
shit.
partner? But with a partner.
But with a partner?
Yeah.
No.
Everything's on the
There's
table.
not. If you rub me the right way.
Really?
Yeah.
How about what was it? The BDSM? What's
Yes.
that?
It's like a lot of dominant submission play, whips,
Like bondage
tying
type
up,
stuff?
bondage, stuff like that. In a nutshell.
But that's like when you're welting their ass, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you're down for that.
Oh yeah.
How do you get into that? I'm not being judgmental. I'm just
Honestly,
saying.
I was in my early 20s. I'll be real with you. Like I said earlier, I did do full service early on. And so I was already pretty much like turned out
right.
to sex at that point, already done. So where do you go from there?
It's next level.
You just start, and with my sexuality, I like to explore, see if I like something. Some stuff like I already know I don't want to try it and I'm cool.
Yeah.
But for the most part, like I might like it.
Would you push this for other people? Like, would you say, hey, this really changed my life?
No.
It's great for me. No.
The cost is too great.
What do you mean?
And honestly, the industry is super oversaturated. So like you getting into this gives me less money. But
okay.
I'm just kidding.
Competition.
But
No,
really,
that's smart. I didn't even think about that. You're right.
No, I love it. I love it. But realistically, I wouldn't, just because like you got to be real about this. Okay, so my family doesn't give a fuck. That doesn't mean yours isn't.
Right.
Yeah, there's a lot of variables.
Yeah, and I laugh and I make jokes about this stuff, but some, like, I have a really thick skin. What if somebody did have an OnlyFans and that person who paid for it messaged them and it broke them?
Yeah.
So that's why I wouldn't suggest it. It's hard.
Yeah.
It's a really hard gig.
Has there ever been a time in your life where you're like, what the fuck am I doing?
Now.
Right, really?
Like, yeah, that I'm in my 30s, I'm just I don't really know what I'm supposed to be doing here.
Yeah. Well, so that's why I asked you, do you plan on, how long can you?
I'm going to do this
I'm
until
going to
it
use
doesn't
terms
make...
because they're going to sound bad, but it's just because I don't know
Have
their
at
life.
it.
How long can you keep this up? Like, is it more of
my
a respectable thing to do now? Because remember, it was super taboo.
Honestly,
back in the day.
like that's another thing, is that I don't give a fuck how respectable it is, but that's just me.
That's fair.
Because you have to understand that society is not going to like it. There's going to be people who hate you just because you're doing it.
Right. Well, it's a lot more acceptable to do now, right?
Yeah, more now, but it's still
because back when I was growing up, if you found out somebody was doing
like
that
nude
kind of stuff,
online
they were
or
dirty.
something.
Don't talk to them.
Yeah,
they're gross. You judge them, hate them. You know what I mean? And now it is that movement of freeing.
Yeah, a lot of people do
empowerment.
OnlyFans.
Right, a lot of people, they love it.
Yeah.
The people that I have talked to that do have OnlyFans, they share the same thoughts that you're having. Some of these people, it has literally changed their lives, a 180.
Yeah.
Going from being homeless and shooting your first content in a hotel to buying your first house within a year or two.
Yeah. No, it's changed me. Like I said, and it's all, like he said earlier, it's all subjective. I mean, what you think is life changing. Like I said, I'm not in a Benz or a mansion in a year, but I got out of a ghetto ass apartment into a house.
Right.
I got me multiple vehicles now. Stuff like that. I got to take my kids out, and like we went to the aquarium and we did like the whole VIP, like creme de la creme. Anything, buy whatever you want in the gift shop. Like I was able to do stuff like that because I had this extra income.
That's awesome.
Oh, man, I don't want to step and cross any boundaries, so you tell me no.
Step on them. I like to be stepped on.
Crossed the boundaries. Like,
well, no, because this is more personal,
ago.
right?
Let's go.
I like to be stepped on.
Can I ask a question about the children real quick?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Okay. Do you have boys or girls?
I have one boy and two girls.
Okay. If your girls grew up, well, they're going to grow up, right? But if they grew up and they were like, we want to do what mom does because we love mom.
Okay.
How would you feel about that? Knowing the dangers of it.
Yeah.
The struggle that you've had to put up with, the hate you would never subject your child to hate, but at a certain point, they're going to be adults, right? And they can do what they want to do.
Yeah.
Do you kind of would you be like, don't do that?
I would only be against it because of what comes with it. It is not actually what they're doing is what I would have an issue with. I wouldn't. They can do whatever they want with their body. I don't own them.
Okay.
So The only issue I would have is just because I am mom and mama bear. I don't want them to be subjected to hate comments and hate messages.
Right.
And people have made TikToks of me, like just hate TikToks of me.
Yep.
So screenshotted my lives and everything and just trying to like make fun of me and my double
100%.
chins and shit. But, you know, I wouldn't want to subject my kids to that. Of course I wouldn't want that. But at the end of the day, they're adults and I would have the same conversation as I would anybody else. Raw and lay it out. This is what you're going to be dealing with. So as long as you are okay with that.
But if you could decide, like, okay, I want my kids to have a great education and I want them to be a doctor or a lawyer, or I want them to have a successful life, or I want them to be a #1 seller in OnlyFans, would you be just as proud?
Yeah.
Really?
I would be proud of whatever the fuck they wanted to do. If they wanted to sell rocks for a living, like the
Okay.
crystals and stuff, if they wanted to do
Like
that,
meth?
have at it.
I feel you.
Oh, I mean, those are my babies, mommy's babies.
I'm pretty sure you can find a lawyer or a doctor that's doing an OnlyFans.
Oh, I bet that's a big
You
thing
know,
too. Yeah.
So like,
Yeah. Well, honestly, I would be proud
I'm
of
speaking from the
whatever they
taboo
wanted
side
to.
of my life, right?
Yeah.
I'm cool with it,
Right.
but I was also.
But that's not every parent too. So
right. Now, okay, you said you have a boy.
yes.
How would you? Do you think that he'll have a hard time not objecting women? Seeing women
I think
as just
with
a
that
sex
is
object?
something that you need to do with any child. You need to have a healthy sexual, not healthy sexual conversation, but a sex positive, healthy conversation when the time comes. My kids are not even old enough to even have this
Sure.
conversation or know what's going on.
Right.
But whenever they get old enough and we have to have this conversation, you just be honest.
But kids are ruthless, right?
Yeah, and I
Middle
know that. And I
school
know
and-
that like some kids might show a picture of my titties in
That's
his
what I'm
face and be
saying.
like,
What if-
"It's your mom,"
Right.
you know. And all I can say is tell them their dad bought it. So
Yeah.
congratulations, I bought your fucking lunch today.
'cause that's
Congratulations,
exactly what
you're
happened.
welcome.
Yeah, yeah.
That's it. Yeah. Okay. That's cool too. I guess it all depends on what your parenting skills are like to be able to discuss with them the truth and
Right.
how life really works.
And that's why I'm saying too that I wouldn't just tell anybody to just do this because
Right.
there's a whole lot of factors you got to consider.
Right. So there's no shame in it whatsoever.
Not for me.
That's
You
dope.
cannot shame me for something I'm not ashamed of.
Right.
And I'm not ashamed to be naked as
Right.
fuck on the internet. So
Were you raised like I was? How you got to be modest and you got to be hide and hate yourself?
oh yeah.
Really?
Like I was the leader of the praise and worship team
No.
in church for years. Did conferences, was on a Christian TV channel, the local one that was here.
Okay.
Yeah, back in the day.
That's a
Super.
dope.
That's so different though.
That's dope.
That's
Yeah.
super different.
Yeah.
What like not what happened like
Yeah.
what's wrong with you? What happened like a timeline?
really?
No.
Really?
I promise the way the questions that I'm asking, I'm more thinking
I
about
know.
what other people that are watching this video might
Right.
be thinking. This is not coming from my heart. There's no
Yeah.
judgment. I'm just speaking on what other people might wanna
Honestly,
know.
a lot of religious trauma. When you are involved with the church, it's a whole lot different than when you just go attend it. But when you're involved, and I was involved at a very young age, and for years I was in the church. I grew up in the church. More of like, and I'm not talking about just going once a week. We used to go every day. My mom had keys to the building.
Okay.
So once you see that, you see a lot of behind the scenes, and then you realize these people are humans.
Mm-hmm.
So guess what? That means you get to see the shitty side of them too.
Mm-hmm.
And whereas somebody who just attends it, they just see like the
finished
outside
product.
show pretty much.
Yeah.
But so that made me lose a lot of my belief into it, and slowly but surely I ended up leaving the church, and the world happened.
Well,
to
and
me.
I grew up Christian too, right? But like
Yeah.
nobody, in my opinion, nobody judges more than Christian people.
Absolutely.
The people that are saying, "Come as you are," right?
Yeah.
Everybody hears that. Come as you are. Jesus loves you. Yeah, but you don't love me.
Right.
You don't like. You judge everything that I do.
Yeah.
So that makes sense to me. That not that it turned you bad. You didn't
Right.
go bad.
No. It's just honestly the way I like to think about it is that they watered me down a
Okay.
lot. So and that's why I'm not ashamed of it. I'm not ashamed for enjoying sex.
Right.
I'm not ashamed for putting it on camera. Just because you don't want to do it and you don't want to do that for your life, that's cool.
Yeah.
I'm not
scroll
concerned
on.
about what you want to
Scroll
do.
on.
Yeah, keep it going, keep
Yeah.
it moving. But me, I'm not ashamed of it. And I was raised the same way growing up. Like this is huge taboo. You don't do this,
Right.
like, at all.
Right.
But also, I grew up not being allowed to wear short shorts, for crying out loud.
Mhm.
So,
Do you think it's almost like a forbidden fruit syndrome?
maybe
You were told don't do it so much that like when you had your rebellious stage, you were like, I'm going to do everything.
I would say that would be the case when I was younger, when I got into full service, because that was the first sex work I ever got into.
Yeah.
Was full service. I was hoeing.
Really?
So that was the first thing I did.
Here
Yes.
in this state?
Yes, I have in Phoenix,
Wow.
but my rest and stuff, most of my track record is in Vegas.
Okay.
So
And that's got to be way more dangerous than what you're doing right now.
yeah, it is.
Do you have any stories like what's the worst thing that happened?
And I will say this, and I don't say it lightly, but I was lucky considering. But I've been robbed before. I will say raped. Can I say rape?
Yeah.
Mm.
Okay, so I've been raped before, and I've been robbed. That's about the worst.
Did you say raped?
Yeah, I say grape
Oh, I
on
was like,
TikTok
what if-
because they don't let you say that
Oh,
word. Well, they
yeah.
don't let me say that word.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah, no, but that's it. But I've known, I had a best friend who used to walk the track with me, and she was left in an alley, stabbed to death.
Damn.
So that's why I'm saying, like, I haven't been stabbed or beat up or anything like that, but I have been robbed and raped. It's a dangerous life. But all sex work has their dangers. Just in person, obviously, is worse because it's just you guys there.
That stuff has to harden you though.
Well, you're asking how I got into this. That's one
Right.
reason. Yeah, it makes it really hard.
Would you go doing what you're doing now, you have your kids.
Mm-hmm.
You love them.
Yeah.
I know it. I can see the way that you smile when I bring them up, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything that if you could go back and change a couple things or maybe stay away from a few things, is there anything that you regret doing, or would you do it again to get to this point in your life right now? Knowing what you have waiting for you, you have to go through the hardship, but you know what's at the finish line and you got your 3 beautiful children. Are you still going through that? That was a hard question. I'm sorry.
No, that's a good question. Quite frankly, I would do the same thing, just do it better.
Okay.
I would do it way better. Honestly, I would have stayed. Nothing against full service sex workers, but I wasn't doing it right. I would have got my ass off the track. I would have gotten the club and stripped.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, I should have done that. Back then, I had a tiny little bitty body, clubs like that. I should have gotten the fucking strip club. I would have made way more money, and not that I would have gotten out of danger, but there was a lot of, because it was back then.
Mm-hmm.
This is like OnlyFans wasn't even existing. I was literally walking on the fucking street.
Yeah.
You know how dangerous that shit is?
Yeah.
So I would just get my ass in the club. Not saying you can't be assaulted at the club, but I would get my ass in the club.
Mm-hmm.
And I would still do this. I would still do all this. I would still be in sex work. The only thing, like I said, I would change is just do it better. And I would not feel ashamed of it, because I used to be ashamed when I was full service.
Really?
Hated myself so much for doing it. I used to cry. But now when I look back, I'm like, shh.
But your
for the
past
right
makes
price.
you who you are. You know.
Yeah.
And that is a tough one, because like
Yeah.
you can really like pick apart and say, well, I would have got rid of that day, but then you also have to get rid of the fucking wins as well, like the ones where
Right.
it's. So it just, positive, negative. You just
I
got.
mean,
That's
it doesn't
true.
necessarily mean your life would have been better.
Oh
or
yeah.
worse.
Like I said, I mean, I with the whole set, because like I said, I went from leaving the church literally immediately going into prostitution.
At what age? Can I ask that?
17. I was
Really?
underage.
Yeah.
But I went immediately into that. So I'm shrugging off the fact that I just was leading praises and worship and prayer
Yeah.
for everyone, and now I'm over here sucking dick in a hotel.
Right.
So for me, it was hard to shake that shame off for
Okay.
myself.
Clark
I heard
Kent,
them.
Superman.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, boom, let's
Yeah.
go.
Right.
Put on
Let me put on my hoe cape.
Yeah. Let's
Yeah.
go.
So that was hard, but now
Are there any like milestones that you celebrate as like in OnlyFans? Like, 1,000, 10,000,
the biggest one was when I broke top 10. That one was
Ooh.
really, really nice. And that was my first like milestone. I woke up to that and I was just like,
Right.
That's dope.
me?
Yeah.
Oh, me?
Hell
Like, okay.
So, okay, let me ask this then. For me, as the big guy on social media, with all the crazy DMs that I get,
I'm sure.
it's ridiculous. It's nuts. And from men, women, everything. I am 100% fetishized. Fetish.
Really? You said it right.
Fetishized.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. 100%.
Really?
Yeah. Do you feel that way?
Hell yeah, but I just didn't figure you would because of your content. That's
Oh,
crazy.
it's ugly out there. So I have DMs right now that I could show you of people asking me to create an OnlyFans.
Oh,
That's real.
geez.
That's real.
Do
It's
it.
because they want to see you naked.
They want to see me do a lot.
They want to see the wang.
I had to get rid of Snapchat because I was just having dudes sending me their balls.
Oh,
A lot of dudes.
see, that's never okay. Don't ever send unsolicited pics
Yeah.
unless you're paying a sex worker.
No,
That's
they
it.
it just gets written. It's ugly out there.
Yeah.
It's nasty out there, and these guys, they got no shame in their game. They'll say whatever
That's
they
so
want to
crazy.
say.
Like me, I expected because of like it's not okay, but it
Yeah.
happens because I mean, I just showed you my butthole on the internet.
Right.
Oh, of course you're gonna DM me a picture of your little pee.
Yeah, they want me to.
Of course, put your meat away.
Hey, don't talk about Tito like that. That's
Hey.
fucked up.
Tito.
They
What's
want me
up,
to be a
Tito?
bear. They want me to like. I've had requests. Will you do certain things?
Oh,
And like when I do my
man.
weigh-ins, you can see a lot of my comments. Look at his feet. You got nice feet for a guy. You got this and that. Yeah.
up.
And so I'm getting all those requests and stuff too.
Wow.
And this was back before, so I don't know how long you've been on TikTok, but you used to be able to send messages even if you weren't friends.
Oh, really?
So
I
you
haven't
had
done that one.
DMs in your TikToks. Now you have to be mutual friends in order
Right.
to message.
Yeah,
so I don't
that's
get
why
that
I'm
on that.
on.
But my Instagram is attached to my TikTok,
Yeah.
and so I'm getting them on there.
Yeah, that's where I usually get
And it's
messages.
crazy. It's crazy. I'm not gonna lie. There's been a lot of times where I'm like, you know what? This podcast equipment's expensive.
Oh,
I'll make a couple videos
Show a little
and see.
chi-chi.
I do it already.
Hey.
I do it already, and those are some of my.
Capitalize on that shit.
Do you? Hey, would you? Do you
Do
think I
it.
should do it?
Do it.
Be honest. Like if I come to you,
Do the
now that
feet.
you know everything that comes with it, yeah, sure.
Would you have someone come on your feet if you're doing like foot? Just only,
no.
Or
I
are
can't.
you one of those
Even
that
if
like
no one
would
knows who your
smush
feet are.
feet into a cake?
See,
People
so
like
that
that
kind of
shit.
stuff. I'm not trying to fuck on camera.
Okay.
I'm really not, and I'm not trying to do gay stuff either.
No, I'm saying
Yeah.
your own shit on your feet.
I bust on
Oh,
my
on
feet.
your own
Yeah,
feet?
yeah.
I mean,
It wouldn't be my first time.
But now
This
you're
time
doing
I'm just
it.
getting paid for
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
it wouldn't be
Okay.
my
Yeah.
first time.
Yeah.
I think we're getting them in the club.
I've thought about it. I've thought about it real heavy. It's just I got kids too,
Yeah.
so it
If
couldn't
that's
be
a worry
anything
for you, don't
crazy.
do it.
It couldn't be anything crazy.
You would have to change
And
the
two-
alias and like a lot of fucking backtracking. As
Yeah,
far as
and
like,
my
Right.
family, and they watch this, and they know my family judges. That,
Hi.
yeah, no, straight up. And they'll all tell you we don't. Lies.
Lies.
And that's just what it is.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that I would be disowned,
Close.
because that wouldn't. I'm not close, but I would never hear the end of it.
Right.
I would definitely be told everybody's opinions on what I'm doing wrong. And it's like, that's crazy because I don't remember asking you, but
Right.
that's fine.
I would never do that to my family members that I ever would.
Yeah.
Like, I don't give a shit what you're doing in your life as long as you're not hurting anyone or yourself.
Right.
I don't care.
Okay.
So,
So that brings me back to the kid stuff then. Do you think that that's healthy?
to do that, and
to-
subject them to
Yeah.
this,
Because it's coming, right?
yeah.
Like,
Definitely, for sure.
middle school's going to, I don't know how old they are, but middle school's coming, and bitch ass Kevin's going to pull up a picture of you and be like, hey. That day's coming.
I'm getting my kids ready for the roasting.
Okay.
Coaching them for some good comebacks.
Yeah.
Because that's all related. And it even more than just middle school, they could show it to them in college. They could show it to them when they're grown. This is on the internet. It's forever.
Right.
So they could show it to them at any time.
Mhm.
My main focus is having a stable relationship with my children, and a healthy one, and having an open conversation when the time comes.
Okay.
Now, it's nothing I'm going to do is going to stop little shithead Kev
Right.
for sending, my son pictures of my tits.
Right.
But what I can do is just talk to him about it and accept his feelings.
Okay.
However he feels about it. He does not have to be okay with this. He does not have to like his mom putting her body on the internet. No. But you listen and you try to have an open conversation. That's all I can do as a parent. And that's with anything I do. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people on the internet are concerned, and I'm not saying you particularly, but maybe the people that are watching are concerned about my parenting. But nobody wants to talk about, maybe on TikTok, you're putting your sobriety journey on there.
Mm-hmm.
Some people I've seen, like some of their beginning, they're toppling over in the middle of the street. They're unrecognizable. You don't think your kids are going to see that later on?
Right.
What if somebody says, hey, look at your crackhead dad?
Mm-hmm.
You know, but it's a concern because I'm a sex worker and it's
Right.
sex, and it's not as endearing, I guess.
I've said on here and on my other platforms that I was a drug addict and that I was a gang member and I was all that stuff. That's not something that I'm proud of, right? But it made me who I am. There's going to be a day where they're going to come and talk to me about it.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm never going to lie to them.
Exactly.
You know? But I will say that if it affected them in a way that they weren't able to live their life, or like they had depression or those mommy issues, daddy issues, that would break my heart. Me personally.
It would, me too, honestly, and that would be the only thing that would make me shut it down immediately.
And that's what I was going to ask you. Okay.
Bloop, bye. Like, you would never see me post again.
But like
I would
you said,
disappear.
It's forever.
You know, it is forever. But I mean, it's better for me to cut everything off and focus my attention on my children.
Yeah.
If it's to the point where it's fucking with their mental and stuff, that's my concern. This all can kiss my ass.
Right.
So I would quit everything and just, I guess, invest in therapy, whatever they needed at the time. It would be my concern.
And I promise you, I've said it again, and I'm going to say it right now, is I'm not judging. I don't think that your parenting is any wrong, because you said that you're doing, you have a goal, you have a mission, you're trying to get them out of whatever living situation.
I just want them to have a good ass life. I don't even care about me.
Kids.
So
I believe you. I understand. But there's people out there that
I know.
judge.
There isn't.
And who cares what they have to say?
Yeah, there isn't
I
a
definitely
blueprint.
don't.
You know, there's not a blueprint on how you should raise your kids, because it's based on how you want to raise your kids. Like,
right.
you know, I have a 15-year-old, and it's just free flowing. Like, if he has something to talk about with me, he comes to me, and vice versa. I'm never like trying to like pin him to a corner and be like, hey, let's talk about this. Hey, let's talk about that. Because to me, naturally, if they have questions or concerns or whatever, they'll come to you, because that's what they're going to look for advice.
Yeah, and that's good that they
guidance.
feel like they can, you know.
Let's say you're still doing this and your kids are like 18, older, whatever. Would you ever encourage them to promote you?
Ooh.
With their, like, I don't know, maybe they're in college, maybe it's like,
They got something going on?
yeah,
Maybe
and if
they even have a big social media following.
Fuck no. I would
Okay.
not. No.
I didn't think so.
I wouldn't
What if
involve
they-
my kids at all.
I didn't
what
think
if they
so.
wanted to, though? What if they were
no.
like, can I promote you, Mom?
No.
Right.
No? Okay.
Absolutely not.
Right.
Okay.
You ain't getting no clout off me.
But-
I'm just kidding. I'm kidding, but no.
Think about it this way too, right? You got a mom and a dad who are both lawyers, who are traveling all the time, and they have the great respectable jobs, and they're living in the Benzes and the mansions, right? But that kid's depressed because his parents aren't talking to him.
That's fuck.
His parents aren't loving on him. That it's a balance thing, right? And to me, it seems like you.
Honestly, I don't think my kids would be surprised, because I not that I wear anything risque or whatever, but I mean I wear crop tops and stuff
You're
around my
open with-
house,
yeah.
shorts and stuff. So it's not like they're
Me too. I'm
Yeah, I
crop
don't
Me
top.
too.
cover
I
up
can't
in my
handle my
house. I'm not
midriff,
letting
yeah.
my parts fly, but
Right.
like, you know,
Yeah.
I don't think they would be surprised.
No, not at all.
They know I do TikTok,
Yeah.
so they know that.
Well, that's just what the world does, right? If you have a phone, everybody's doing social media.
Something.
Everybody's on the internet somewhere, some way. You got your
Right.
Facebook. you
Yeah,
got
but
your-
they know that I actually like do TikToks instead of just sitting there watching.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
They've seen a couple like the safer ones.
Okay.
So
Yeah, but you're not showing them. Look what I did. Look
no,
what I'm
absolutely not.
Right. And that's
Well,
and I think you have lived enough life
Yeah.
to have the balance. You know what you're doing.
Right.
I think.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Look, the thing is like, even and that was a thought going into OnlyFans, is yes, I'm gonna have this conversation. But honestly, in my personal journey, I'm already gonna have this conversation. They can look up my mugshot easy.
Yeah.
Solicitation and prostitution. What do you say then?
Right.
So I was already gonna have this conversation. So you know what I'm gonna say is that mommy loves her body and she's very happy with herself and doing something that makes her happy.
Mm-hmm.
If it's something that you don't like, we can discuss a little further, but that's what's going on.
What can you say to that?
Yeah. Well, like I said, I mean, for me, it's that. For another parent, your kid may not like your drinking. For another parent, your kid may not like you partying with your homeboys every weekend. For another child, they may not like that you work too much.
Right.
It doesn't even necessarily have to be an extreme.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's all relative.
Yeah.
Parenting's hard in general. Just
yeah,
this makes it a
like
little
you said,
harder.
There's no blueprint to it. You do your best. And,
Yeah.
And
even when you have like multiple children, it's not the same for all of them. Like you
That's
might think you got it
true.
down for one,
because
and
they're
it's
not
like
the same.
mm-mm.
They have their own individual.
So you really have to like pay attention and like listen to them and not pretend like, well, it worked for this one. Let me just do the same thing for that one.
Right.
So
I
yeah,
agree.
I think you do the best that you can, especially with what you were given. If you have a hard life and you didn't like me, I didn't have a dad. I didn't have a dad growing up. And now I'm trying to raise two boys to be men when I had to learn how to be a man by myself.
That's tough.
But you do it.
Right.
You
get it
have
done.
your priorities, right? You set things in order to make sure, okay, somebody failed me. I'm not going to continue that. I learned. And in a way, my dad taught me how to be a really good dad because I just do everything opposite that he fucking did. And I'm going to be a great dad.
Yeah. Breaking the cycle.
You're fine.
Oh,
Not that you need my approval, that you need me to say that.
Oh, no, and I know that. I mean, like I said, not to get into details or anything like that, but I did not have a good childhood growing up at all. And quite the opposite. Like, my kids already are breaking the mold because they come to me about everything. Even if a kid, like, calls my daughter ugly at school, she'll come to me. This boy called me ugly, and she'll talk to me. That's something I couldn't even do with my mother.
Yeah.
Like, all of us were terrified of my mom growing up. We couldn't tell her shit.
Yeah.
So my kids already tell me everything. Even if my son's the worst. Like, he'll snitch on himself so quick.
Yeah.
But I'm like, you realize you just snitched on yourself. Yeah, but I want to tell you. So they're already like breaking that cycle.
But they have that communication. They have that trust with you.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, yeah.
I'm the parent they come to all the time.
Invaluable.
All the time.
You know
Oh
what I
yeah.
mean?
That's why I'm not worried.
Right.
I'm not worried like society wants me to be worried. I'm not.
Right. Yeah. 'cause it's all
I'm sure
scare
my kids are gonna
tactics.
get in their own little fucking thing, scoundrels. But
Yeah.
everyone
they're grown, we'll
learns
talk
that,
about
like,
it, I
we all
guess.
go through shit when we were kids, and just like it wasn't because of bad parenting, but like we
just
want to
go through
know
our
what
shit.
that feels like, or whatever that thing is that later you're like, that was fucking stupid.
Yeah.
yeah.
You know, but
Yeah.
you
But I
know.
want to be there for them,
Yeah.
Throughout that. And I
Right.
didn't have that growing up.
Right. You know what? So that went really fast. We're coming up on time.
All right.
But and I like that he introduced that. We want to ask you, is there any message out there if you had the final words, say anything? Is there anything that you want to say, anything you want to push? Plus your social media platforms, where can people find you? All that kind of stuff. The floor is yours.
Okay. Sex work isn't easy and it's very over glamorized. Don't think you're just gonna get rich quick coming in here. You're not. But at the same time, it's the most satisfying and rewarding thing I've ever chose for my life personally.
Wow.
So do with that as you may. Please hit up your representative about cesta fossa. Those are the laws that help discriminate against sex workers. So please do that. And you can find me on Instagram is honeybunnyheaux, and yes. Or if you go through my TikTok, everything's linked there. My Twitter's linked there, and on TikTok, it's notmixedmommy.
Okay. Yeah, we'll put all your description or all your links and stuff
Yeah.
in the description. So take us out. homeboy.
49.
Take us out properly at 49.
49. Would have been cool if it was 69. But thank you for watching.
You'll have to come back.
Yeah.
That's
That
going
one
to
I'm
be on
pulling
the
my titties out.
OnlyFans.
Yeah,
There
if
you
I'm
go.
on OnlyFans by then, we'll shoot some content.
That'll be a collaboration. Thank you guys for watching the Sonder Experience, episode 49. Like, subscribe, comment, do all that good stuff. And, man, spread the word. Spread other stuff.
Spread your butt cheeks.
All that, Love yourself. Do what you want in life. Thanks for watching.
Later,
Peace.
y'all.